It is Wednesday, April the 3rd. Hello, kia ora. I'm Philip Duncan, and thank you very much for joining us. We've got low pressure and a cold front on the way for the country over the next couple of days. Not going to produce a huge amount of rain for everybody that needs it, but still, hopefully, a little bit of relief here and there. Driest places do look to be, again, the north of both main islands, although the Nelson area may still get a little bit of wet weather, especially up in the hills. Let's take a look at the animated wind map for the end of Wednesday. You can see it's windy through Cook Strait, nothing too major there. A northeasterly down the eastern side of the North Island and a windier setup down here around Fiordland, and that will move across the lower South Island tonight as that front here starts to sort of move up the country. Warm winds ahead of it, at least for this time of the year anyway. Let's have a look at this setup. So you can see the front over the next 48 hours moving up and falling apart across the North Island, and it leaves us on Friday evening with just a few showers lingering around the top of the North Island, and the next big high already on its way back in again for the weekend. So it's a limited system and not making as much rain as what they're seeing over there in Australia. Not for us, unfortunately, because we do need it in a number of places. So let's break it down. Here we are at lunchtime Thursday. The front is not very significant. Marlborough, you can see, mostly dry, if not completely dry. A few showers around the South Island as the winds turn southerly behind it. West to northwesterly winds ahead of it. In fact, subtropical for some of you. That means with that extra bit of warmth and moisture in the atmosphere, fog patches, bit of morning cloud around, and then that front tries to move northwards, but it's running into high pressure, so that's why it's not really producing a lot of wet weather. As you can see on Friday, lunchtime, just after lunchtime, just a few showers. So some areas might get a bit of drizzle, maybe a little bit of a heavier downpour, hit and miss, but the rainfall totals are not very much. The winds turn around a bit more to an easterly, if you're over here on the eastern North Island. It's really a southerly coming in, so temperatures will drop a wee bit as that comes around for you, and then that southerly flow basically goes nationwide by Friday evening. So a couple of showers around, but mostly dry. The next big high pressure zone coming in, it's New South Wales and Sydney that are getting most of the wet weather as we end the working week. And in fact, even as we kick off the weekend, it's, we need something like this to come into New Zealand, where it's driving in a wet nor'easter for Marlborough and a wet nor'easter for Northland. Unfortunately, as we've seen quite a bit this summer, this is the setup. High pressure further south coming in across New Zealand, and that allows low pressure further up to the north. We do have a burst of showers here. I wouldn't 100% lock this in because it depends on the exact shape of that high. So those showers come into Coromandel Peninsula, Western Bay of Plenty, potentially some showers coming into Auckland as well, but it doesn't look like at this stage like it's going to be a heck of a lot. So on Sunday, the high is smack bang over us again, this time over the South Island. You got a few showers around the north, not much. It is mostly dry for you on Sunday. Even in Northland, those showers won't do very much for the very dry conditions you've got at the moment. The wet weather in Australia, that stays, although it becomes sort of more coastal focused on Sunday. And by Monday, it starts to move out of Australia and more towards New Zealand. Now that's because we do have some chances of rain around New Zealand next week. It'll be broken up again, but it's a new system coming out here. You can see the big southerly coming in to Tasmania. That's going to produce a low pressure zone. You can sort of see it here. That will move into New Zealand next week, but it'll take that high to clear away. So later next week, we do expect some wet weather coming into the New Zealand zone. Now, our Climate Watch update for the month of April, that is out today. So we're going to talk in much more detail in that video about how much rain is on the way for the New Zealand and Australasia region. So please do keep an eye out for Climate Watch. It's out today. Thanks for joining me.